Hello everyone, and welcome to the channel Digital Investor. This is Bruno Galvez. Today we're going to talk about NUI NFX. Have you heard about them? Do you know what it is? If you don't know, look for the other videos in the channel so you can learn about NUI NFX. But today, guys, we're going to talk about, this is for you that have already signed up with NUI NFX and you're still a little bit lost because there's a lot of information. You're receiving all of these signals and you don't know what to do and you think you're doing it wrong. So let's make sure that you know what you're doing and that you are making money, because if you're not making money, there's something wrong. Okay, so this project was created to help people all over the world to make money in the forex market, in crypto market, in the stock market, in sports trading and scalping. So there are many options, many ways that you can earn money. Right now we're going to start with a basic video talking about the binary options, signals, and what to do once you signed up in NUI NFX. But first, if you're not a member of the channel, please subscribe down below, and so you can get more information about NUI, about the crypto market, about forex, about all of the things that are coming to this great company that we're working with. Okay, so you have joined NUI NFX. And now what? So what do you do? So they say that it can take a couple of days until you are added into the system, until you have access to the Telegram group. But if that's the case, first thing we have to do is make sure that you have your transaction went through in the NUI International back office. Second, make sure that you have access to NUI NFX site. And third, if you have access to NUI NFX, you have to fill out the Telegram form in the NFX website. If you haven't done that, you will not be added to the group. So make sure that you fill that information and that you look for your username in your Telegram, okay? And also the email you use for your NUI International back office account, all right? So once you have access to NUI NFX, and you've had access to the channels, to the signals, two things that you're gonna need. Of course, you're gonna need access to the Telegram signals, and second, you will need a broker account. The broker account that most people use is IQ Option. Okay, IQ Option is it's a trader. It's a broker that you can perform trading on binary options, on forex and crypto and other markets. Okay, so we're going to talk about that today, and we're going to talk about the signals, how to read the signals, how to know the difference between digital and binary when you are working with IQ Option. But let's go, guys. Let's go right into it. So let's say now that you are added in the Telegram group. What should you expect? So if you are added to the Telegram group, you're going to start receiving information like this one, okay? Now, the first thing you need to look is this spreadsheet that they send, okay? They will send this to you every day, okay? This will probably come at night or late night or early morning, depending where you are. But this will tell you all of the times of the transactions. These are called market ideas. In other words, signals for trading in the binary options market. Okay, so how do we read this information? So this is what we have here. Market ideas, binary, M5. What is M5? M5 is the time that the transaction will take. So that means that you're going to stay in a signal for 5 minutes. Whether it's a buy or a sell signal, whether it's a call or a put signal, like you can read on the sheet that's going to be sent to you. Okay, but we don't know which currency we're trading until 30 minutes before the transaction happens. Okay, so pay attention for the time, if it's M5 or if it's M15, or even if it's M1, okay? There is this special binary idea special that they send that shows you if it's M5, M1, or M15 signal, okay? So make sure you know how long you will stay in a transaction. This will make more sense when we go into the IQ option. Okay, so 920. So let's take a look at the first signal here. So on average, we get about 30 signals per day. Do you operate all the 30 signals? Should you do that? No, definitely not. Do not operate all the signals. Number one rule for risk management when you're operating here is know when to stop, know what your target is for earning or for losing. Okay, so if you already hit your target, let's say that you have a target to make 2% in a day or 3% in a day. If you have hit the target, get out of the market. You ended up positive. No need to operate anymore. If you ended up with 2% loss or 3% loss, depending on the case, get out of the market. It's not for you today. Okay, so it's very important that you follow these rules, because sometimes people want to go in and they keep losing, and that messes up with your mind, and then you start making the wrong moves, and when you see you lost 50% in a day. Okay, why am I saying that? Because I have done that, so I know from experience what you can expect when you're operating in this market. Okay, so you have to follow the rules, and risk management is everything. Okay, so let's say here, number one signal, June 16, it's at 9:20 p.m. Oh, first hint, UT time zone. That means it's the Utah time zone. Remember, NUI is an international company from the United States that is in the state of Utah. So this time here that you see is Utah time. So make sure you look at what time is in your country, and you make sure what time is in Utah, so you can know the difference. I am in Brazil right now, so the difference from Brazil to Utah is 3 hours. I'm 3 hours ahead. So this would be 12:20 a.m. for me. If you are in South Africa, it would be 5:20 a.m. If you are in Nigeria, 4:20 a.m. If you are in New York, probably will be 11:20 p.m. Or other states or other countries, the time will be different. So make sure you know where you're following. All right. So the signal is telling me here that I will go in on a transaction at 9:20. And then we have here first martingale and second martingale. Martingale, basically what it is, it's an operation to try to recover what you have lost and to make a profit in some cases. So if I went at 9:20 in a transaction and I stayed for 5 minutes until 9:25 and I lost, that means that I will go in, I will try another transaction. The first transaction is recommended I go with 1%. Okay, so I went at 9:20 with 1% from the amount that I have available for investment. So let's say that let's say that I have $1,000 and I'm going with 1%. That means my transaction is going to be $10. I'm going to go in with $10 in this transaction. If I lose at 9:25, I go my first martingale at 9:25. It will be from 9:25 to 9:30. If I have won, great. If I have lost, I will go into a second martingale that will go from 9:30 until 9:35. There's no 3 martingales, okay? There's only 2 when you're following these signals, okay? So if I have done that, the first operation is recommended that you go with 1%, the second you go with 2%, and the third that you go with 3%. Now let's say that you lost. What you have to do is stop for the day. Come back the next day with a different mindset and follow the signal, and everything's going to work out. Don't look at trading as a one-day event or as a weekly event. Look at it as a whole month and how much you're going to be able to accumulate in this period. I assure you that you can accumulate either 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, even 100% or more in a month, okay? So it's very important that you follow the risk management, okay? And here we will know what the pair of coin is, and we will know if it's a call or a put. Okay, so this is how you read this information. So at 9:20, when this spreadsheet comes out, I don't know what currency it is, but 30 minutes before this operation happens, I will get the signal, and this is how it's going to look like. It's going to say the number 1, which is the first signal, is going to tell me if it's an M5, if it's a call or a put or buy or sell, and it's going to tell me the pair of coins that I'm going to choose. It's also going to tell me the time here, Utah, 9:20 p.m., and it's going to tell me what time is going to be my first martingale and what time is going to be my second martingale in case I have lost. If you haven't lost, if, for example, if I went at 9:20 on a signal and I won, you're done. You don't go on a martingale if you have won. This is only for recovery purposes, okay? The other day there were signals and there's like 10 signals and only one of those had martingales. But the other day we had like 10 signals and maybe 8 of those had martingales. You understand? So it's very important that you follow the step by step, okay? So this is how you read the signals from NFX, okay? And this is how the information is gonna come to you. Now, how do you put this information into the broker, okay? Very important. This is the broker I am using, IQ Option. Is available in most countries. However, some countries is not. And if it's not available, you will have to choose a different broker to operate in your market. And there are other options, okay? But we're gonna focus on this one because this is the mostly used for the trades, even when we have live sessions with the professional traders from NUI and NFX, we use this broker as well. The cool thing about IQ Option is that you have a demo account, so you can start trading with fake money. So you can make mistakes, and when you're ready and you feel comfortable, you put your money and you start earning. Okay. So for the sake of training, I'm gonna select here a pair of coin, and let's see. I'm gonna see here which one it's gonna be. I'm gonna think here. Let's say here. So let's say I got a signal for Euro USD. So I'm gonna look here, Euro USD. When you go here into the broker, you're gonna see that you go here into options. You're gonna click here on options, and you're gonna have two options, binary and digital. Both of these options, you can find the pair of coins. But what's the main difference? The main difference here is that digital, for example here, Euro USD, digital is paying 73%. Look, we just got the market ideas for today. So I'll go in there in a little bit and take a look. So let's say that I got here Euro USD. The payout, this is how much it's gonna pay for transaction. Very important. If the payout is below 80%, do not operate. This is the recommendation from the traders. Look for transactions that are 80% and above. So if you go into a signal, it's like 70, 72, 75. Look for the other opportunity when the market is paying higher, okay? 80% and above. So the difference here, digital here is paying 73, binary is paying 70. Which one am I gonna choose? Digital, okay? So I'm gonna go here and choose digital. So I am operating, it's the same thing, okay? The result, it will be the same. The only difference is the payout is different, and there is some particularities that I want to tell you guys. So here on Euro USD, I'm going to choose also so I can tell you the difference. So the main difference between binary and digital here is that binary, if you have a draw, if when you enter a transaction, the candle ended, this is a candle, this is what they call a candle, ended in the same place where you started. If there is a draw, you do not lose the amount you invested. In digital, if that happens, if there is a draw, you lose the amount you invested, okay? The other thing is, and it's very important, it's the time. On binary, you can either operate 1 minute, and very important, the signals, they're only going to be, or even the live trading sessions are going to be either 1 minute, 5 minutes or 15 minutes. So here on binary, I have more options for times. I can operate in 1 minute or 5 minutes, okay? But the thing here is that I have to change it manually. It does not change automatically. So let's say that I have a signal now at 8:25. I would have been late already because it's 8:25 in 30 seconds. But if my signal is at 8:25, this means that I need to choose this here is the expiration time. That means that my transaction will expire at 8:30. If the signal was at 8:25, 2025, that means that my expiration time has to be 8:30, okay? You don't choose the time here from the signal. You choose the 5 minutes after because this is the expiration time, okay? So on binary, you have to change it manually, okay? So let's say that my next signal is for 8:30. That means that I'll have to go in at 8:30. I'll have to choose buy or sell, but now it's 8:26. So if I have to go in at 8:30, the expiration time has to be 8:35. But in binary, I'm only going to be able to do this 30 seconds prior to the time of the operation. Okay, so for me here is only going to show 8:35, 30 seconds before it's actually 8:35, and that's when I'm going to have to go manually and change the time. And this is every time you're doing a transaction in binary, you have to change the time manually. Very important. In digital, however, it's easier. You only select 1, 5, or 15. If I left the time here on 5, I'm already good. I don't need to be updating the time every time. So these are the major differences between binary and digital, okay? Now, let's say that we receive the signal, okay? And this is gonna be now the step-by-step on how you're gonna follow a signal, okay? Let's say, first of all, what are you gonna do? I receive a signal for Euro USD, okay, just for the training purposes. Euro USD, I'm gonna go binary. I'm gonna go on digital. Oh, digital is paying more, so I'm gonna go to digital, okay? And it's also easier to operate. I'm gonna select here, digital. Now, first setup that you have to do is set up the time. So if it's a M5, 5 minutes, I'm gonna click here, 5M. Then I will change the amount, whatever amount it is that I am trading. Here is going to tell me the payout, how much this transaction will pay if I win. Then I will choose the chart type, which will be candles. Then I will make sure I select here that I go here into the time and I make sure I have 5-minute candles. This here represents these candles. This candle here took 5 minutes to show, okay, to appear. This whole candle was 5 minutes. This was 5 more minutes. This another 5 minutes. This 5 minutes, and this is gonna be 5 minutes in a little bit. In 1 minute, it will expire. Okay. So if I have a signal for 8:30. I still have 45 seconds left to go into this transaction, okay? If I wanted to buy in now, I will be buying into the signal that started at 8:25 and it's ending at 8:30, okay? But I don't want to go here. Now look, my expiration here is 8:35, but I still have 30 seconds to go into this transaction because there's 20 seconds until it's 8:30. And that's when I will go in the transaction. So let's say that I have a signal for a call at 8:30. That means my signal is going to end at 8:35. Now I will go with a signal to call. Okay, and I'll simply have to wait for the expiration time, and this is how you operate on binary options, either on binary or digital. Okay, now let's say that you got a signal and you chose to operate in the binary market. So I will choose my expiration time. It's 8:35. Let's say there was a signal for 8:30. Okay, and now it's let's say now it's 8:30. My signal is going to expire at 8:35. I will go in now with a sell. So my signal is going to expire at 8:35. Okay, so this is what's going to look like. I'm just doing this for the training purposes. So very important that you select, that you look for the pair of coins, that you set up the time accordingly. If it's binary, you have to change it every time manually. If it's digital, you only set it up one time. Then on the left, select the candle type, the chart type, sorry, and also the time for the candles. The candles have each 5 minutes, and you simply, when it's 1 second before you have to enter into the transaction, that's when you go in the transaction. Okay, 1 second before, because the broker sometimes has delays, and this will make sure that you avoid any delays that could be given by the broker. Okay, so guys, this is the lesson, the little tutorial that I have for you today on NUI NFX. How are the signals, how to follow, how to read them, what is the difference between binary and digital, and how to go into a transaction. Okay, now if you want to know how to do Martingale, we're gonna do a Martingale here. Okay, and then we will conclude our training for today. Okay, if you have questions, if you're not a member of NFX and you want to know more information, you have my WhatsApp number down below on the first comment. And I hope you guys enjoy this and give me the good feedback so I can put more content for you. Thank you very much, guys. We're just going to wait here for the signal. All right, guys, so 30 seconds before the transaction expires, if you are losing, you're going to see this option here, new option. This is only going to appear 30 seconds before. So you have to be very fast here. If I'm choosing, I have to make sure I select 5 minutes. And if it's a sell call, I will have to go and do the transaction at the time for 5 more minutes. So if it was a M5 to call, to sell, and it actually went up. So remember here, the signal that I got, the example was to call at this time, right, at 8:30. That signal that ended at the 8:35, but the candle went up. But on the next signal, I have to do what? I have to make sure I click. Remember, I click here on new option. Then this window opened up automatically. I make sure I select the time. Then if I enter with $10, I have to update the amount. Now I'm going to go with 2%, $20. And if it's a call signal, I will go and select call. So you see here, it was a call here, but the signal had gone up, right? It had gone up. But now here, I put 5 minutes call, and I'm gonna have to wait until it's 8:40. 30 seconds before it's 8:40, the yellow window, this is gonna pop up again, and I'll click again, and it's gonna give me the option to call, and the expiration time is gonna be 8:45. Remember that I started at 8:30. So it's from 8:30 to 8:35, 8:35 to 8:40, 8:40 to 8:45. And this would be an example of doing two martingales. Remember, in order for you to do two martingales, that means that on the first trade you lost, the first martingale you lost, and now you're going for the second martingale to try to recover what you lost. There's also a possibility to lose. If that had happened, please stop for the day and go into the live trading session so you can learn more and you can learn how to read the graphs and you can become an expert and you can make money in this market. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Take care.